I want to begin with that breaking news out of Idaho. And once again, it jumps off the pages of court filings, this time from prosecutors and the defense, in the upcoming quadruple murder case of Bryan Kohberger. The technical reason for the pages tonight? The state is answering to Kohberger's request to throw out his Amazon activity. And there is damn good reason that his Amazon activity is problematic for him. Like nail-in-coffin good reason. The court documents reveal that he indeed bought a K-bar knife with the sheath identical to the one found at the murder scene, with his DNA on it. State also says Kohberger purchased a sharpener for his brand new knife. But the defense claims his Amazon history proves nothing and may have been influenced by algorithms outside of his control. Here's the state's response to that, and I will quote, "Defendant appears to argue that the evidence of defendant's Amazon.com click history is not relevant." That is not the case. A K-bar knife sheath with a USMC logo was found next to one of the victims at 1122 King Road. The defendant's DNA was found on the K-bar knife sheath found on scene. Applying the test for relevancy first, Kohberger's click activity, which shows a purchase of a K-bar knife and sheath before the homicides, makes it more than probable than it would be without the evidence that the K-bar sheath found at the crime scene was Bryan Kohberger's. End quote. You could say mic drop. You could say smoking gun. Probably say smoking knife in this case. But there's another bombshell out in another document as well. A very disturbing photograph of Bryan Kohberger himself. It is a selfie taken at about 10:30 a.m. on the morning of November 13th. And yes, that is just a couple of hours after the bloody murders that he is accused of committing. You can look for yourself up close. He appears to be freshly showered. The shower is actually visible right behind him. And you tell me, I think he looks very pleased and proud about something. Thumbs up. 10:30 in the morning. Kids were killed at 4 in the morning. There was so much information in the documents that were just made public that it is hard to sort through them all right before showtime, but we also discovered something else, a very complete timeline of communications between the surviving roommates during the murders. It happened all night long and all throughout the following morning, right up until the 911 phone call. I know you think that you've already seen some of these, but you've only seen a few. This is a very long list of communications, and I'll start with 2:10 a.m. on November the 13th. And it was 2022. Remember that. It's coming up on 3 years ago this fall. So the text is from Dylan Mortensen to an Uber driver to see whether he was still driving, and the driver said he was. 2:10, Dylan Mortensen texts to E.G., the Uber driver, asking that question, and the Uber driver, E.G., texts to Dylan confirming. 2:53 a.m., Maddie Mogan calls roommate Bethany Funk. Maddie is still alive at this time. But then an hour passes. At 3:51 a.m., Dylan is still awake, and she's creating a new phone contact in her phone. At 4:19 a.m., Bethany calls Dylan before Dylan starts to call everyone in the house, and those calls go unanswered. 4:19 a.m., Bethany calls Dylan. 4:20, Dylan calls Xana. 4:20, Dylan calls Kaylee. 4:20, Dylan calls Bethany for 41 seconds. 4:21, Bethany calls Xana. 4:21, Dylan calls Maddie. 4:22, Bethany calls Maddie. 4:22, Bethany calls E.C., who we think at this point is Ethan Chapin. And then we come to the text that we've seen before in a prosecution document. 4:22, Dylan to Bethany. No one is answering. Dylan to Bethany. I'm really confused right now. Dylan to Kaylee. Kaylee. Dylan to Kaylee. What's going on? 4:23, Bethany has an outgoing message on Snapchat. Can't read it. It's disappeared. 4:23, Bethany to Dylan. Yeah, dude. WTF. That's what the F. 4:23, Bethany to Dylan. Xana was wearing all black? We don't know if that's in the form of a question because of the phone call they've already had, or whether she's making the statement. Xana was wearing all black, but it appears it might be a question. 4:23, Dylan to Bethany, I'm freaking out right now. Dylan to Bethany, no, it's like ski mask almost. Bethany to Dylan, STFU, shut the F up. 423, Bethany to Dylan, actually, 423, Dylan to Bethany, like he had something over his forehead and mouth. 424, Dylan to Bethany. Bethany, I'm not kidding. I'm so freaked out. 424, Bethany to Dylan, so am I. 424, Dylan to Bethany, phone is going to die, F. 424, Bethany to Dylan, come to my room. Bethany to Dylan, run. Bethany to Dylan, down here. 424, Dylan calls what we think is Ethan Chapin. 424, Dylan to Bethany, no message there. 425, Bethany to Dylan, no message there included in this doc. 427, Dylan, outgoing call. And sometime around now, it appears that Dylan goes downstairs and spends the night with Bethany in her room. 427, Dylan calls Kaylee. 427, Dylan has an outgoing Snapchat message. And then 427 again, outgoing Snapchat message, but we can't read them because they've disappeared. 427, that's when Dylan calls Kaylee. 428, Dylan calls Xana. 429, Bethany calls Maddie. 430, Bethany calls Maddie again. 430, Bethany calls Kaylee. 431, Bethany calls Kaylee again. 432, Dylan texts Kaylee, but the verbate is missing off this doc. 434, Bethany accessed Snapchat. 437, Bethany accessed Instagram, but less than 3 hours later, Bethany is the first one, it seems, to now be awake at 7:30 in the morning. So just stop there for a second and think about it. 4:37 is sort of the last time these girls seem to be at least awake and active. And by now we know that those 4 roommates had been knifed to death in their beds between 4 and 4:30 a.m. A lot of confusion. Let's go to the morning calls and texts and social media activity now. 7:30 in the morning, Bethany calls her dad. 8 in the morning, Bethany calls her dad again. 8 in the morning, Bethany calls another number. Then 8:01, Bethany calls home. 8:02, Bethany calls her mom. 8:09, Dad calls Bethany back. Meanwhile, by 8:05, Dylan is now back on social media and texting Maddie again in the morning. Again, now Maddie has been dead for about 4 hours. 8:05 to 10 a.m., that's almost 2 full hours. Dylan is on Instagram. Think about that. 8 a.m. until 10 a.m., Dylan is on Instagram. She's likely down in Bethany's room still. At 8:41, Bethany's taking pictures. At 9:04, Mom is texting Bethany. We don't know the verbate. At 10 a.m., Dylan is messaging, incoming and outgoing on Snapchat. 10:01 to 10:03, Dylan's now on Instagram again. And then she's on Indeed. And then she's messaging again on Snapchat, in and out, between 10:04 and 10:23. Then, 10:23, Dylan texts Maddie again. Think about this, guys. These girls are downstairs in Bethany's room. They're on Snapchat, they're on Instagram, they're checking their soch, they're texting back and forth, calling their parents, and then again trying to reach the roommates upstairs. They still don't seem to know what happened 6 hours before, just 1 floor up. 10:24 to 10:25, Dylan is again on Instagram. 10:30 to 10:45, Dylan's messaging, incoming and outgoing on Snapchat. About 35 minutes after that, at 11:21, someone identified as JM texts Bethany. Again, verbatim's missing here. We don't know what they said. 10:56, all the way till 11:29, so over a half hour, Dylan's on Instagram and messaging on Snapchat. At 11:29, Dylan again, texting upstairs to her roommate, Kaylee, but we don't know what the verbate is on that text. 11:29 to 11:32, Dylan's on Instagram again and messaging on Snapchat. 11:35, Dylan's on Yik Yak. 11:36, she's on TikTok. 11:37, she's messaging on Snapchat. 11:39 to 40, Dylan and her dad texting back and forth. Don't know the verbate there. 11:49, Bethany calls JM. 11:50, JM texts Dylan. 11:44, to 11:50. For 6 minutes, Dylan is on Instagram. At 11:50, Dylan calls who we think is Emily Aland. That's Hunter Johnson's girlfriend. And we think by now it was Hunter Johnson who found the bodies later after they called 911. 11:51, JM texts Dylan again. 11:51 to 11:55, Bethany and JM text back and forth multiple times. Again, we don't know what the verbate is on their texts. 11:54 to 11:57, Dylan is again on Instagram. 11:56, Bethany now calls 911. It is an astounding timeline. They seem to be completely confused about anybody upstairs being anything other than just unreachable. And then, bam, the 911 call. It is a lot to unpack, I know. Joining me now, NewsNation senior national correspondent Bryan Entin, who's been covering this case since the very beginning. Bryan, I know that literally up until this moment, you have been going through these court docs, and I think you're still going through them. So there may be more shoes to drop. But let's start with what we know, and let's just start with that K-bar knife, because, you know, I felt like the biggest moment in this case was that they found the knife sheath. And then the second biggest moment was that they figured out DNA on the snap, that little spot here on the knife sheath, the thing that snaps it shut. That's where that little tiny speck of DNA was, and that it matched Bryan Kohberger. But now we have him in court documents from Amazon buying a K-bar knife, a sheath, and a sharpener.
Yeah, more than 100 pages of court documents came out just within the last couple of hours, and this was buried in the documents. And you mentioned it. I mean, this is a massive deal. This is a huge, huge piece of evidence, something very, very helpful to the prosecution. They are saying that between March 20th and March 30th of 2022, so that would be about 8 months before the murders happened, that Bryan Kohberger, through his Amazon account, bought the K-bar knife, bought the sheath, and also bought a sharpener.
So what I thought was also interesting, and I may be, you know, superimposing my thoughts over their documents here, but it felt to me that the prosecution was making its case by saying we did not cherry pick. We didn't cherry pick anything. What we did was we found a purchase of what was a murder weapon, similar to a murder weapon and a sheath. And also, we looked at other activity, and never did he seem to be a hunter. Never did he seem to be a fisherman buying this stuff all the time. It seemed to be just this one time that he bought this kind of weapon.
Yeah, they looked at all of the activity, all of the Amazon activity for several different time periods leading up to the murders. And what's interesting is the way we found this out is there's these filings going back and forth between the defense and the prosecution, because the defense is trying to get a lot of this Amazon information and Amazon activity thrown out. Obviously, I mean, now we know why. It's damning to Bryan Kohberger. So they've been saying, hey, the state is cherry picking, some of this stuff shouldn't be included. And in those filings back and forth, that's where this massive tidbit was, right, buried in the documents, that Bryan Kohberger had bought the knife sheath on Amazon.
Sure will be interested to find out what his answers are to where is that knife that you proudly bought. It wasn't in any of, well, we don't know, but I didn't see it on a manifest of any of the search warrants at his apartment or in Pennsylvania. I didn't see a K-bar knife, a knife sharpener, or a knife sheath in anything that they were able to seize from all the places that they searched of his. So it would be interesting if this had nothing to do with anything, then where's your precious K-bar knife that you spent all that money on, you know, on Amazon back in March? And he, you know, better have a pretty good answer for that. Let me jump to that selfie. It just sent chills down my spine to see him showered up and giving the thumbs up and being super proud, looking freshly washed right in front of the shower. And this was exactly at, was it 10:39, that photograph that was taken?
10:31 a.m.
10:31.
November 13th. So the day of the murders. The murders happened sometime around 4 a.m. This is 10:31 a.m. I was looking at it really closely. It looks like maybe he's in the bathroom, like in front of a shower, if you look closely. And this again was just sort of buried in these new court documents. We haven't really seen photos of him like this before, but they recovered this photo from his phone. And the reason that the prosecution is so interested in this photo is because of roommate Dylan's account that he had that whoever came into their home had bushy eyebrows. That was one of the main things that she said. So this is apparently the photo closest to that time period of when the murders happened. And the prosecution wants to use this photo at trial to show the jury so they can look at this picture for themselves and decide whether or not, he's got bushy eyebrows.
Wow, super clever, right? Prosecutors can say, this is 10:30 in the morning, and look at the bushy eyebrows that, couldn't have possibly been plucked 6 hours before if this is the guy that Dylan saw. But, there's the double entendre here, and that is he is freshly showered and proud. Why? 6 hours after the murders and an hour and a half prior to the 911 call even being placed. This is the photo he is taking of himself in front of the shower. Let me go on to the other amazing document, and that is the map. The map of all the times and places where the white Elantra was spotted on all the ring cams and surveillance cams. Let's put that up on the screen because, Bryan, this is perhaps one of the most telling things. This is all around the times of the murders. So sort of do a summary of what we're looking at on the screen.
Yeah, this was fascinating to me for someone who's just been diving deep into this case since the beginning. These are all the times that the suspect car, the white Elantra, was spotted on surveillance camera. So that blue box on the left side, that would be near the crime scene, near 112 King Road. 3:30 a.m., 3:33 a.m., 3:38 a.m., 3:40 a.m., 3:56 a.m., 3:58 a.m. So those are all times that they're saying a surveillance camera saw the white Elantra just passing by the house. And then 4:04 a.m., which is the time.
Yeah, that's the big one, right?
Yeah, 4:04 is the time that prosecutors believe that Kohberger went into the house to commit the murders and then left at 4:20 a.m. So it apparently took about 16 minutes. So those are all just the times that he was near the house. But if you look at those other boxes, and I won't read them all, but they have also traced him around that same time frame to these other surveillance cameras in the area, sort of making the point that he must have been, according to the prosecution, just driving around and passing by until finally deciding to go in.
I mean, we've got, two addresses on Linda Lane that's right next to the murder scene. We've got Ridge Road, 2 times spotted on camera there. Paradise Drive, 2 times spotted on camera there. And then the South Main Street Sunset Mart, where that's the route out of town. That's really, really telling. Just all the times that he spotted going back and forth and around the King Road home, if that's him in the Elantra. Okay, last real quick, the timeline of the girls talking to one another. It appears to me just more evidence to show they had absolutely no idea what happened in that house upstairs, but never thought for a moment that it was something that they needed to call 911 about until they did.
Yeah, doesn't appear that way. I mean, there's still a lot of holes in this in terms of we've got the times. We don't know what the specific messages were. In some instances, we don't know a lot of calls there. We don't know what they were saying on the calls. That'll obviously come out during the trial. But from what I can tell, too, I mean, the indication is they had no idea what was going on until that 911 call came in at almost noon. I mean, even the fact that that she went on Indeed, Dylan was on Indeed. I think it was Dylan. That's like a job posting site. I mean, so you can't imagine she would be like looking for jobs, having known that something really, really awful happened to her roommates. And they didn't really sleep much either. I mean, I think there was like a 3-hour window there where they went dark essentially, but then she's up calling her dad. And just fascinating to see. I mean, you read them out. I mean, it's just so interesting. I'm so looking forward to the trial to find out what they have to say, because there's so many questions about what was going on there.
Unbelievable. Okay, Bryan Entin, thank you for all of this. I know it's just all been breaking. Just break into the show and let me know if you see something else as you comb through these brand new documents that have just dropped. I appreciate that. Thank you.